So hi all, welcome to the today's tutorial. So in previous tutorial we have added this UI screen, but when we will play the game it won't appear, right? Because we haven't added this references. So what we will do, first we will create its reference inside this HUD. So the HUD class, normal usage of HUD class is to keep all the UI references. So all the UI elements has to be updated will go through this HUD class. So this is first. Second, we will also use the PlayerState class. So in game it might be a possibility like you are possessing different character, and like in PUBG if we will talk about, you can drive car, you can possess different character, right? But for the player state, your health should be always, it should be linear, and your name should be there. So it should not be dependent on the character. So all those information, all that player information has to be saved, right? So it will go inside the player state. So even if your character die, if we destroy the character, you are still, your data will still be there. So it usually resides in player state. So we'll create two classes today. One is the HUD class, another one is the player state class. So let's see how we'll do that. First, open our beloved IDE, the Rider. In the code, we will create the HUD class first. Is it available here? It should. HUD. So this is HUD core. So we will name it as mHUD. Press OK. So this is our HUD class, and what we will do, we will use the begin function. We will override the begin function. So virtual void begin play override, alt enter, create definition. So this is first. Next I will create one private variable and one public variable. So to have the reference of the UI class, because we did some things in the UI class of our main class in the blueprint variant, so we need that class. So what we will do, we will ask for that class. So in new property, edit anywhere, t subclass of. So here we are defining, we do want child of UMUI main class. I will forward declare it. Forward declare means we will include the definition of this class in CPP or afterwards. I'm not including its header file here. T subclass, and we will name it as UI main class. Okay, and for the same reference, what I will do, I will create the object here. So UI main. This is perfect. Okay, and we do want to access those functions which the functionality we created, right? Like update these things. So they have to go through the HUD. So public, I will paste it here. Update health, we do want. Update zombie kill count, yes. So because this UI is there, so we do want it through HUD. So I will alt enter, generate definition by declaration, just press OK. So what I will do in the begin function, first we will check if what we will do, we will create the widget. So if first we will check if we have created the, if we have defined the class or not. So is valid. Here we will define the object. Our object is UI main class. So we have to set. So we are making sure it's there. UI main class is not valid in mHUD. Yes. Okay. Okay. UI main class is incomplete. Alt enter. Include the definition. So I'm including its header file. Perfect. Next is if it is there, what I will do, UI main is equals to create widget. We have to cast it like which class we are using. In our case we are using UI main. This is the one. So create class, get owning player controller. This is the owner, comma. I think this will be sufficient. So it will create the widget and we will add this widget to the viewport. So UI main add to viewport. By default 0 to 0. I don't want to touch anything here. So this is perfect. So as soon as this is defined, I will so in health variable, what I will do, UI update health variable percentage, will pass the same information here, and that's it. And one more thing, I will check if UI is valid or not. Just to be double sure, we will do it this way. If this thing is valid, UI main. Okay, UI main is not defined. Perfect. I will copy paste in all the function. Then I already know, like, we have kept all the name same, so I will just copy paste it and it will work like charm. Hit bullet count. Okay, this is perfect. Now we will create this blueprint variant of HUD. So let's do that. Inside the core, I will go to the blueprint. Okay, first we have to compile our code. There is this. Okay, this is perfect. Successfully passed. Now right click blueprint, no, not level, delete, right click blueprint mhud, and we will name it as mhud underscore m hud. Perfect. Double click it. Okay, so here we can choose our UI main class. In our case it is UI main, so this is the class. Perfect. Compile and save. And this HUD we have to provide it in this game mode, so we will override this. So we will use this HUD class. So this is done. Let's check if it is working fine or not. Let's play. Okay. We are getting this error because we are accessing this variable. Okay, I think we made some mistake. Yes, we need to define the class. So comma class. Oh, no, not this way. UI main class. I totally forgot to add this. Okay, I have to restart it again. Stop and return. Okay, it is there. We'll head back to that core. BPM HUD, everything is there. Double make sure. Okay, the head is gone, so we will again override it and we will save this game mode. Let's try that again. As we can see here, we do have the UI. This is working perfectly. If we will play it in the pie mode, this is looking good. We do have some UI, but these are not getting updated, right? I picked up my gun, so ideally our, in our case, the count should be increased, right? So let's do that. Okay, so here go to that mutil class. First we will create a shortcut to reach our HUD. How we will do that? So okay, so first thing is to update our health percentage. Okay, let's do the zombie kill count first. Okay, we are not doing the health percentage because we will do it in the player state, so we will wait for it. So the zombie kill count, we will use this function whenever the zombie will die, right? But that information will also be stored in the character, right? So player state. Okay, so let's pick up this the bullet count. So let's do one thing. The component skc gun component, as soon as we are picking up this gun, it should, because in its header class we have defined by default the bullet count will be 5, right? And whenever we will pick up this gun, so we are again initializing it, so it will increase the count by 5, right? So what we will do, we will, one of the things which we can do, we will go to that actor spawner, and in bullet spawner where we were increasing the ammo count, we will increase. Okay, this is for the bullets actually, and this is for the gun spawner. I'm just thinking what to do. Okay, so this should be the sweetest spot. So in this gun we have a function called increase ammo count. So when we are picking up that spawner, if you remember, right? So here we can use that function. So we need to get the HUD. So how we'll do that? So you gameplay statics, get player controller, get world, comma 0, get HUD. And in our case we will cast this to our HUD, HUD. So this is the definition. We will define it in mutils class. So here what we will do, we will hash define it. Give me a second. Hash define g HUD. So this is what we usually use hash define for. Hash define means it will copy paste. So whenever we will use this keyword GHUD, it will replace its content with this one. So this is the use of hash define, quite easy. So here GHUD dot we need to ammo, right? So bullets, update bullet count, and here we just have to put the count, how much bullet do we have. So we will pass the bullet count, that's it. So this is how we will use. And one more thing, I think it's a good idea to check if it is valid or not. So if GHUD, if it is valid, then we will go forth. Perfect. So okay, so this is done. Now we can again go back to that HUD. So the bullet count is done. We will update this timer thing in some next tutorial. Next is on gun pickup texture update. So this we will do it when we are picking up that gun. So when we are initializing this gun component, right? So in begin play we can again copy paste it here. Here we can do that because we are, when we are picking up this gun, then we are initializing this component, or we can also use this function when we are like in the spawner. So UI gun on picking up texture update, yes, we will remove it. Okay, so we are done for this one and this one. Now this health and zombie kill is remaining. So let's head back to the player state one. So player state will contain that information. So health, how much health is there, we will define it in player state. How much zombie we have killed, we will again keep that information in player state. So let's do that. Again, same IDE. uh, in core class I will add Unreal class. Inside this we will search for player state, a player state, m player state, press OK. We will define two variable inside private, int zombie kill count. By default it will be 0, of course. Next is bullet count. Do we need bullet count? No, I don't think so. I think we need health. By default 0. Oh no, by default it will be 100 if I'm not wrong. Okay, this is good. And actually health, we should keep it in float. Okay, perfect. Now this player state, so let's imagine we are also working in multiplayer. I'm just asking you to imagine. So the player state, so let's imagine if we have 5 players, so we will have the 5 player state on all the machines. So you can keep track of, let's imagine you do want to see your friend's health. So you can have the player state, so you will have all those information which are required, right? So zombie kill count and perfect. So health will be decreased when the damage will be applied, and that code is already there in the character class, right? So we will create one equivalent code here. So void on damage received, and here float damage value, alt enter. Then the definition health is equals to I think we already coded this, right? So comma character am base character, this one, alto, go for the damage. Am I receiving any damage here? No. Oh, actually we haven't. Okay, so we haven't added the damage functionality yet, like if damage will be applied in the character. So what we will do in that character begin play, we will add that function. So in begin play, on take any damage, add dynamics. So this is how we can bind this comma, and here we have to apply the address. So we haven't created any function yet to receive the damage. On damage received, alt enter, create this function, tab, alt enter, and we have this this function. So what this function will do, we will just call that function. So okay, now from here, as soon as I am receiving any damage from the character, I will pass this information to the player state. Again, how we can have the player state? You gameplay statics, player state, get world, comma 0. So this will give you the player state. We have our own player state, so we will cast it to our player state. So m player state, press tab. So what we will do, we will again shift this to util class like we did with the HUD, paste it. G means G stands for get, in my case player state, so GPS. So here GPS dot damage, receive any damage, and here we have to pass damage. I think this was the function name. Okay, no, on damage received. This was the function name. So we will call this function and we will check if gps dot health. Okay, we can't access the health variable because it is in the private section. So in public we will get set one inline function, inline float get health get health and here we will just return health variable and this will do our task. It will be constant, I think. Perfect. Okay, get health. If it is greater than z, okay, if it is equals to 0, that means the player is dead, so we will destroy our actor. Now we are destroying this actor, right? Like we are destroying our character, but still our information, like how much zombie count is there, the health, we will have this information. Okay, so this zombie kill count is there, and actually health. Okay, this is actually good. Okay, it seems so. Here what we'll do, when the damage will be applied, we will decrease the damage, like we will decrease the health variable. So what we will do, f math clamp health minus damage value comma 0 comma 100. So what we are doing here, we are just clamping the health variable from 0 to 100, and we will check if it is valid or not. Alt enter, again alt enter, yes. If it is valid, HUD, again update player health percentage, and we will divide this by 100 and we will update the health variable. I hope this is not that fast. Okay, so let's iterate it again. In the character class we are receiving the damage here, and by default the health is 100, which is defined in the player state, correct? So health is 100. So as soon as we are receiving any damage, we will call this function on damage received, and it will decrease the health from this health value, right? So we will check now how much health is there. If it is equals to 0, it will destroy the character. So this is what we are doing. Fantastic. Okay, now here comes the zombie kill count. So for zombie kill count, I will again define the function in PlayerState. So void increment zombie kill count PlayerState. So we will just increment the zombie kill count, and if our HUD is there, we will just call that function. So HUD dot update kill count, the zombie kill count. So it will update the UI. We haven't defined this function in header class. Alt enter, create declaration, and we are good to go. Perfect. So we are not calling this function, so let's do that. So where we are calling, where we should call this function, can you guess that? I think you answered that correctly. So when we are receiving damage inside the AI, when the health is 0, when we are spawning the bullet, here we will call this function. So what we will do, we will get the reference of gpc get player state, sorry, gps, alt enter, again alt enter, dot zombie count. We will check if gps is valid or not. Perfect. I think we are sorted. So let's check if it is working fine or not. Compile. Okay, it is taking some time. Okay, perfect. So it is done. I think we have defined everything down. Okay, first we have to set the player state. In our case, uh, it was set to default player state, so this is our player state. Let's run. So by default, let me pick our gun. Where is it? So as soon as I'm picking my gun, you can see the UI got updated, but not the bullets. We will do that. I'm picking up the bullet. Now it's 10, and the zombie kill count is 1. Everything is perfect. The only thing which didn't work is like when I picked up this gun, the bullet count should be 5, right? So we should call that function bullet 1. uh, where we should call that function. Okay, give me a second. In HUD we are calling update bullet count here in increase ammo count, but this will get spawned when we are picking up this gun, right? So the begin play will get called. So we will, so the bullet count will also go up by 5. So we will just add this function here too in the begin play, and it should work perfect. Compile again. Think it should work fine. Perfect. Let's check. Picking up my gun. So the bullet count is 5, and now the bullet count is 10. The zombie is killed, and it is 1. Perfect. Actually, let's move this zombie quite far away. Let me pick up this gun. I have picked up my torch. Okay, there is our zombie. Now the zombie is killed. Okay, we will improve this game. Right now our zombie is quite dull. He's not much motivated when we are killing him, right? And when we are looking up this torch, I don't think it is moving much when I'm moving up and down. Okay, so this was it for today. I hope you are loving this series and you are learning something out. If yes, then do like and subscribe. It motivates me a lot, and thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.